for a thing.
The Hurricane Pike Rupture! Absolute destruction coming out from Liquid. Solo, beautiful feed grip onto Mugi. Rampage for no one. GG is called.
Hello and welcome back to the ESL One Hamburg 2018 closed qualifiers for the China division. My name is Nomad, he is Mo Farah, and this is Serenity versus Newbee in the third game match, and we have a big one on our hands, I think.
This is a big one. You know, they're both kind of, it's almost like a mini meta in a best of three now when you get to the third game. They've kind of figured each other out a little bit. You know, they've tested the waters, and this is the game that really matters now. So both teams have to put on their best performance, they put on their dancing shoes, see what they can do.
Let's get into the draft because it is well underway, and we have ourselves a Mirana, Nyx, Assassin, and Terrorblade coming out from Serenity. Meanwhile, Newbee, they're going down the Bane, Tiny, Elder Titan route. Yeah,
so Newbee first picked the Bane, so I like that Serenity took the Mirana away from them. They pair it up with the Nyx, which is interesting. Maybe looking to just kind of like pressure the map with the Vendetta. You know, it's nice to scout. It's a good lockdown as well to follow up with the Arrow. It's kind of like that meat shield for the Mirana. I imagine they're probably going to play it as the dual lane, the Mirana Nyx. He's kind of like the meat shield for the Mirana to be free to getting the damage off.
Yeah, not quite as good a setup as perhaps the Bane or something like that, or the other Titan, but definitely can do it with a little bit of luck or a little bit of help or a little bit of skill. One of the three, and you can get yourself up a nice arrow combo. But yeah, not the easiest guy to set it up with. Meanwhile, an early Terrorblade from Team Serenity. Now I know they like playing this hero quite a lot. Does it fit in this game?
The thing I would say about the Terrorblade is really nice. That I assumed Newbee would pick up this support duo again with the Bane ET. Like we talked about their winning lane potential, and I like that with the TB pick they've kind of waited to see if that was going to come out, so now they can pick a lane winning support for themselves. Okay, they actually go Jakiro. That's interesting. But yeah, I like the TB. I mean, they're very confident with it. Obviously, you know, just second phase instantly, and it gives them that win condition that we talked about, where you know they had to pick the outclass game.
Yeah,
they've got a different win condition now. Got the Terrorblade. They can push buildings, take objectives.
Yeah, they can do stuff, and I do like it when a team does stuff.
Yeah, like if you compare this draft to their last draft already, they can, yeah, like you said, they can actually do things on the map. Like they make things happen with this Nyx. So I like this a lot. I think they need burst damage on Newbee. Yeah, like I said.
Well, there's some burst. There's some burst indeed. They got the Tiny and the Zeus, so they can really blow somebody up if they want to, and I think Terrorblade is obviously going to be the target of that, or the Mirana. Yeah,
when you play against Terrorblade, you really need the burst damage. Something like a Lina or a Zeus is really popular. Zeus is definitely the first option. It's a little bit weird against the Nyx. Obviously, you know, having that mana burn, the Carapace is really good against the Zeus as well. But I think they should be confident.
Yeah, absolutely. So last man's going to be the Phantom Lancer, which makes sense to me. They don't have a lot to do with it. So going into the fifth pick for Serenity, they need this mid laner who can kind of carry them through, and unless they put them on, no, they'll put them around with the Nyx together. So they need this mid laner which can carry them through, but also not lose the lane to a Zeus. Fairly big ask.
Yeah, Zeus has such good. It used to be fine when he could only last hit with Arc Lightning, and then they just gave him 65 damage for like no reason with the Null Talisman. It's insane. Why do they go? Oh. That's a hero we haven't seen a huge amount of. It kind of pops up every now and then, but I was going to say, Newbee need to decide how they win this game. Like, are they going to win in 20 minutes, or are they going to try and scale against this Terrorblade? And that doesn't sound like a good idea to me, like trying to scale.
No,
so
no.
They're going for the win. They're going hard to try and end this game at like that 25-minute mark, I would say. And all their heroes kind of hit that really good timing early on. So I think Serenity need a tempo controller here that comes online early, that can fight against this Lycan. And I feel like they really like gap close as well to get on top of this Zeus. So
yeah, I mean, no, Storm would get stomped by the Zeus, and it just doesn't come on until late enough. I don't really know. I don't really know what they could do.
I think TA is okay. Or
TA
or
but TA really struggles versus Lycan.
Yeah, true. But something that can just fight. Like he gets that blink on the TA and he just goes. Because they need the gap close. Yeah, okay, they go for the DK instead. So that's a hero with
3 DKs in a row.
Do you remember ESL Birmingham, where every time DK got picked, everyone would just boo?
Yeah, the whole crowd, they hate that guy. He was pretty dull, though.
But again, it's the similar kind of thing. Like, you just come online really early. He can make things happen on the map. So, like, the Nyx kind of has, like, a partner to play with now as well.
Got a partner in life, a partner in crime. yeah, something to basically go around and make space for the Terrorblade, which is basically it's Team Serenity trying to make space for the Terrorblade, and Newbee trying to take up as much space they can and get objectives and get kills. So very much the football is at the feet of Newbee. And let's see if they can score a goal, or whether they're going to kick it into the touch zone. I don't know. I'm not a sport person.
Into the goal hole.
The goal hole.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, thanks. Good recovery there. We play sports.
I'm just a little bit worried for this Terrorblade, I'll be honest. I just have this really bad feeling that if Newbee get this first Roche, and they kind of get the ball rolling, like if the DK doesn't have a good time against the Zeus in the mid lane, and the Zeus starts to snowball a little bit, they get that good Lycan timing as well, then Newbee they really play this map quickly with the lineup that they have. And with the 2 lane winning supports again, they're going to have that good start that we saw last game.
Yeah, Newbee are going to fly this game. If they're given any space at all, they're going to take it up, they're going to eat it up, and they're just going to be rolling all over the place. And wow, that Tiny really is a mess. I don't know if you saw that. That's like 3 different sets in one. What a disaster.
He's just loving life.
Meanwhile, Terrorblade's purple. Cool.
Dude, the Chinese
Doing
cosmetics are just so much better than the rest of the world.
They really are. They really are, yeah. China, that's something which they do better in China than the rest of the world. And cosmetics, well, I don't know if it's better, but it's definitely more.
I love all the buggy ones that FY has. That's the Rubik Cape, the Tusk I know he has as well.
Yeah.
I think he has too.
I remember there's a bug with the one of the Tusk items, one of the Chinese Tusk items where, it might even be a Chinese one, but if you do the taunt where you punch into the air, it's like ding 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 and then you punch into the air. If you just do that, it will get a fraction brighter every time. So if you just spam it the entire game, then by the end of the game you have a giant glowing fist. You're
just luminous.
Yeah, you're just leading the way. It's kind of like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, but Tusk.
Have you watched the Marvel's Iron Fist thing? Have you seen that on Netflix?
Yes.
So that's what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
He's the Iron Fist.
We don't talk about that film. Waxy's right here. ZZZ and XCJ are kind of giving him some attention. He's actually moving over towards the tree line as the Tiny comes in from behind. He's got a big old stick, and he wants to hit Serenity with it. XCJ will take a lot of damage from this.
Yeah, he's going to throw the tree at the Jakiro now. Just get some
extra. Throw it. Huge. You know there's you know what cable? Is it cable tossing? Cable throwing? A Scottish thing.
I've no idea what you mean.
In Scotland, they do this thing where they throw logs, giant logs, as big as you can. You just want to throw it as far as you can or something. I don't really know the idea of the sport. I think it's called cable tossing or cable throwing. So, therefore, you can deduct from that Tiny is Scottish. So,
Scottish Tiny?
Yes, yeah, he is.
Newbee get 3 runes, by the way. They're very happy. Mugi managed to summon the wolves to stop the arrow from hitting him. It was nice by him.
Smart. Very smart plays. Still gives away a wolf, though.
That's okay.
Rip.
Not the end of the world.
But look, the CS. Oh, it's actually... Oh, he denied it as well. Wow. Wait. Why is...
He got a ward.
Oh, he got a ward. Ah, okay.
Come on, Note. Get with it.
Okay. I'm with it now, don't worry. Oh, look at this courier as well. I've got a horrible story about this courier. You look out for First Bloods. Because this was my... You know that Trust of the... Was it Trust of the Benefactor?
What?
I can't remember. One of the chests I opened, and then you like do the chest, and you spin the wheel, and then you do something else stupid, and then through all of this, and bunch of different stages, and getting loads of levels, and basically what it ended up is I got that courier. It was like the rarest reward, and I got a courier. Like, cool. Okay, thank you. But it's a nice courier. And, you know, Serenity, Newbee uses it, so that's something. PYW is going to die in the top lane. I actually watched the entire thing without talking about it, but it's just some really nice body blocks from Mugi.
Yeah, he doesn't have the level 2 yet on the Mirana. That shouldn't happen in that lane. I'll be honest. Like, that Mirana Nyx needs to be really pressuring that Lycan, and the fact he just easily gets a kill like that is worrying.
It is. It is worrying. You are not wrong.
He just arrows the big creep on the Mirana as well. I feel like getting level 2 in these side lanes is like... It's become so important.
It's half the battle, isn't it?
Yeah. And so when this Mirana doesn't have the level 2 but the Lycan does, it's very difficult.
Yeah, absolutely. Meanwhile, XCJ is going to see Wykesy in here. Hello. They're just chasing around each other. No biggie.
But again, you can see the effect of this Bane and the ET. Like, if you look at the CS at the moment, they're doing very well on the side of Newbee.
Yeah, and I like SCCC's I think I threw an extra C in there. SCCC's build this game, going for the lightning bolt damage and just kind of holding off on the using the arc lightning to CS with. Meanwhile, up at top, they do get a kill onto Faith, but XinQ should go down for this. No, can't find the chase. XinQ will survive with his 3 mighty mangoes. Looking to throw out the stun. Just fake it out. Just fake it out, playing the mind games with Mugi, and we'll land it.
XinQ's probably going to have to go back to base here as well. He might just suicide.
Kills a dog though.
Oh no, he has a really good HP regen. He's got the triple mango, so...
Look at him, he's flying. 7 HP regeneration. That's Nick's Assassin Dream. Meanwhile, middle lane.
What?
XCJ was trying to snipe the courier. Didn't pay off for him. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, the GGG inside the tree line being chased down by the Tiny. And the Elder Titan. Doesn't look like they'll get this kill. Although, they're still going. They're not giving up yet. The GGG just happy feet through the tree line. Using the Quelling Blade. They got no idea. They're well off.
I don't like that Inflame doesn't have a pointed toss at level 3. We talked about the 1-1-1 build last game. It's so strong.
Oh, the Avalanche comes through though, and they get the kill onto GGG in the end. He spent a long time alive there, but yeah, it does actually. And he's going to miss out on a bunch of last hits under the tower now as well. Like 2 or 3.
Loads.
Loads.
Oh, Nix.
He's in trouble. Slept up, surrounded. Mugi with the right clicks. The body blocks from Faith. There's a Spike Carapace. And turning around with a stun as well. He makes them work for it, but they do get the kill onto XinQ.
That was really nice by Faith. He gave the last hit to the Lycan as well. So that's the bro.
Yep.
Bro play by Faith.
And body blocked him and everything. Faith is a bro. Faith's the kind of guy you just want in your team. People play well around him. Bet he gives good massages. Come and
you keep your fantasies to yourself, Nomad.
Bane being chased through the trees. Yeah, alright, alright.
Yeah, they're just
he was dubbing XinQ wanted to say up, but Faith was aware. As Mugi just takes some CS. This Lycan is pretty nice in lane so far, but you know Lycan is a good laner. He's got a lot of right click damage, especially with the 3 points in Feral Impulse. I love this guy's build actually. It's just like I don't need Howl. Just go Feral Impulse, run out of mana.
Yeah, you tend not to get the Howl early on anymore.
IDC spells.
It's you just want the regen from the Feral Impulse, and the Wolves are so nice as well. He'll probably go for the 4-0-2. He's almost got the Helm of the Dominator as well on the Lycan. That's scary for the Mirana and the Nyx.
Yeah, that's going to be coming out very soon. They should get it with the first catapult wave as well. But the arrow comes out onto the Bane. Bane's in a lot of trouble here. Faith, can he make it to the tree line? He's actually going to Nightmare himself up, trying to survive this now with the Brain Stab onto PYW, but they can't find the damage to bring down Mirana, so no blood will be spilt.
If he'd have had the second point in Starfall, they might have been able to get that one, but only level 3, unfortunately, at the time.
Here comes his catapult wave, and Mugi just needs 1 more CS. Oh, he doesn't even need any more. Actually, got it. And there's the Helm of the Dominator, so should get some good pushing. Meanwhile, in bottom lane, GG. Just playing around a bit, you know. Oh, Storm comes out. He blocks himself with the illusion there. And now getting tossed up by the Tiny. They do have the Avalanche. Will be used. Doesn't find the damage, though. And now GGG turning it back around here onto the Elder Titan. But they, again, just don't have the damage. Why is no one dying this game?
There is damage issues on both sides, has to be said.
Oh, it's SCCT in the middle lane. The poison's going to take him away anyway, I think. I don't think he lives. Bye. And yeah, XinQ just dies to a tower, wanting to get back to base quickly.
I think he just died to mid tower accidentally.
No, he died to tactically go back to base.
Okay,
please.
I like what ZYD did there on the DK. Like you get the catapult wave of mid, so you just pop your ult, you get level 6 at roughly the same time. And just force the Zeus. And just tank the tower with your Dragon's Blood. Get things done. Look at top lane. This tower's just melting.
Yeah, it's not living well. They've got the double catapult. Oh, Bane. No, not my catapult.
Worth.
He's not even dead yet. Is he even going to die? Oh, PYW is just like, hell no, you don't tank an arrow like that and survive. He's going to give his life for the kill. Mugi does get low, but yeah. So, that was a thing.
I feel like at the moment, a Serenity at the zoo, right, they've gone over to the wolf enclosure, and they need a sign that says, please do not feed the wolves. Because at the moment, this Lycan's going to be, he's the big problem in this game. Ooh.
As soon as he just drops the ulti and kills the Nyx Assassin flat out. This game is fun. Oh no, down in the bottom lane, SCCC, sorry, GGG gets brought down by Inflame.
They like their threes, don't they, in China?
They do, they do. It's suspicious. They're good luck. Good things come in threes.
I thought this Lycan might skip treads completely and just go for the Necro 3, but he wants the boots build.
Wants his wee booties. That's okay. Man can have his boots.
Maybe gets the deep ward done as well.
ZYD is ready to go. Just pushing down this tower. Is he going for the... Yeah, he's going for the hood. He wants his hood.
It's a really good hood game against the Tiny and the Zeus.
Agreed.
Lots of magic resistance needed.
Well, Mugi's just farming up. He's got his state tier banisher. He's ready to roll. Oh, ulti used from the from the Lycan. Just wants to run down ZYD here, and with that purge from the state tier banisher, it's going to make things quite easy. Although there's a Mirana ult, and they can't follow up from that. Okay.
Yeah, Bane's only level 4, unfortunately. Couldn't get in range for the Nightmare. Well, they actually deny the ward on Serenity.
Interesting that Satyr Banisher doesn't dispel Moonlight Shadow.
No, because it effectively keeps reapplying the Moonlight Shadow.
Okay. That's pretty good.
It's very good. You're right.
Oh, Tiny going for the power treads down in the bottom lane. He's had a bit of a slow start to the game, but he's getting there.
The thing is, though, they're just going to hit this timing where the Lycan gets Necro 3, you know, the Tiny gets Blink with the Treads Aquila. And that's the Newbee go time, so Serenity need to try and get things done with this meta and the DK form, I think. Need to try and get some towers down while they can before Newbee really come online.
I think they're trying to run down Tiny there, and Xingqiu's the one just spamming him, like, go, kill him, kill him. Well, a bit of quiet across the map, I think, but a rare moment of silence in this very, very busy game. GGG, the stomp is out onto him and Jakiro as well, and they will be able to bring down GGG very quickly indeed. Now Tiny in trouble being run down. XCJ, there's the Impel coming out, and they will find the return kill onto that Tiny, but they got what they came for, the kill onto the carry.
Yep, like we said, he's the win condition for Serenity, so they can just keep shutting him down. They're going to be very happy.
You make it sound so easy.
I do.
Bottom lane, Sleep coming out again, but this looks like it's going to be a retreat from Newbee.
Yeah, lots of space made for this Lycan as well in the top lane, just farming away. Like we said, they need the Necro 3. That's the go time. I feel like this series so far has been very much like who can scale the best with their cores.
Xingqiu going for the rune. Does get it, in fact. Quick fingers Xingqiu. Steals it away from the Zeus. Still considering taking this fight, but now with Serenity bringing in more and more heroes, and we actually might actually be the sacrifice here. Mugi, meanwhile, killing Mirana at the top lane. They can't finish off the kill onto the Elder Titan. Now it's getting awkward. They actually toss back the Jakiro. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the communication was there.
They got the toss.
Out. Nice ice buff from the high ground by XCJ, but now Fate is coming around the side.
What?
GGG just kills Lycan at mid.
He doesn't even have reflection. How's that happened?
Meanwhile, down goes the Bane. Tiny, stunned up. Ward down ZYD. Can they do the damage? Oh, it's actually Xingqiu, and it's now turned around onto him, and just one hit in from the Tiny is enough to do the job. The arrow does just about miss. That was his own arrow, of course. Now Tiny being run down by the DK. We actually is here with the stomp. Gets both of them. And finally, this tussle at bottom is going to come to an end.
Yeah, I feel, like I was saying before, this series has very much felt like who can scale the best on the cores, but this game feels a little bit different. It's all about the tempo this game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, nice fight from Serenity, though. They get some nice kills with the DK form. But again, Newbee just making space for this Lycan at the moment. That's the most important thing. The Terror used Sunder mid, so maybe the Lycan thought he could bring him down before the Sunder came off. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, it's got to be that.
Faith really needs level 6 on this Bane. He's struggling at the moment.
Faith is strong. He's just facing up versus two heroes, so you know that Mugi's coming in. He's got the net as well. Yep, hold down XCJ and Mugi gets a kill.
Yeah, the next catapult wave. This is really nice. I'm surprised he's... Oh, he doesn't have the helmet Doma. Okay. Can't take over the catapult, unfortunately, but yeah, this is a nice rotation by the Lycan. Try and open up the map a bit more, get the tier 1 in the bot lane.
And SCCC knows that there's a Nyx coming in for him. Yeah, he's even going to lightning bolt him. Xingqiu though, Still gets off the damage and will force SSCC back.
This Estral
Not doing well with that pronunciation.
This Dire Tier 1 stayed alive for so long though. Like when you're playing against DK, you kind of expect it to die really quickly, but SCCC's done a good job here of just keeping his tower alive for as long as he can. Kind of force the DK to stay mid if he can, instead of trying to rotate around the map.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, Faith just stalking PYW here. Throws down the ward from the high ground. Won't be spotted out. And still Mirana playing quite cautiously though.
Yeah, they're kind of mapping each other's movements at the moment, so the Serenity send the Mirana to the dead lane just to try and push the wave out. Where Dire don't really have anybody in this top lane.
Oh, there's a Fiend script though. Faith comes in from behind the tower with the S-Splitter as well. They should be able to bring down PYW. That's a kill into your Mirana. Just from your supports as well. Feels pretty good. Now they're going for Xingqiu as well. Sleep will be used. Gives Moogie time to get off his ulti and now could just run down Xingqiu, but Xingqiu does actually kill Faith and will die himself. I think Faith just tanked some hits from the tower there. I'm not too sure.
Please don't feed the wolves. This Lycan's getting very big.
The wolves are hungry. The wolves are hungry and they need to eat. I mean, they've had a lot of food so far, but they want more. Down goes the tier 2 tower at bottom. There is no response available from Serenity.
I'm surprised this DK's not trying to fight, but he's so close to Blink. He really wants that before he really commits to anything.
Arrow thrown. CCC's okay.
It's a scouting arrow.
Apparently so.
I love that they're just giving some Jakiro some time in this top lane. Just need to get some XP up, try and get some more points in this ice path. They need the lockdown against this Lycan.
Oh, there comes a stun. Tiny in trouble. Held still. There's the arrow connecting as well, and down goes In Flame. Serenity just picking up this Tiny who was trying to do a bit of scouting, looking for heroes, and instead just found his fate.
Yeah, the Radiant have really good vision in this top jungle, so they are very happy to play up here. And I keep playing up here if they can. And it looks like they're going to try and transition into a tier 2 as well. Try and map the movements that the Radiant made, the Dire made before. So.
All the while, GGG is farming, pressure free. Although that's not to say there isn't people nearby. Moogie and Waxy are waiting.
Yeah, they got to keep farming up on this TB. Keep him nice and big.
Yep, that's the aim of the game. That's what we said. What you got to do. Make space for the Terrorblade, and TB just goes and goes and goes.
They showed 2 bounty runes apiece as well. Nice and even.
Balance in all things. Well, top tower, despite having no dragon form, they're still going to get their push on up here. So, Elder Titan, one of the best solo defenders, going to come in and see what he can do here.
Yeah, he's just trying to delay this tower push for as long as he can. Which is really nice.
It's a blink out from the DK. Doesn't want to get Fiend script under tower. That would not be pleasant for him.
Yeah, Faith actually popped smoke there on the Bane, so I don't think he thought. I think he thought his TP wasn't going to be seen, but
right.
Not the case.
Well, Tiny will now see the Terrorblade thanks to that Zeus ulti.
Yeah, they see the Nyx invis as well, which is really nice. So they know where he's lurking.
Hanging out.
So Xingqiu's going phase boots on Nyx. Alright.
Okay. Alright. Interesting. I kind of like it to not get blocked by the Lycan summons. Do you reckon that's part of it?
Yeah, I think the turn rate's really nice as well for the Nyx. I think there's phase boots up.
So a bit of quiet on this map, which does really favour Serenity.
It does, but at the same time, it feels like the calm before the storm for Newbee.
Oh yeah.
They're getting this Necro 3 on the courier now, by the looks of it. And this is going to be their, we want to fight around Roche, we want to start pushing towers. Yeah, and they actually ping out the mid tier 1. This is their...
But Serenity, they're smoking up onto the high ground. Popping that Dragon Form, jump away forward onto the Elder Titan. Can they take him out in time? He does get the Astral off, but he's going to drop. Now Moogie with the ultimate coming through. There's the ulti. They just bring down Xingqiu like a brick. And now Xin in trouble. Moogie just tearing them apart. Down goes 1, down goes 2. And, well, the Dragon, he doesn't stand much of a chance of getting out either, as Newbee tear Serenity apart. They mash their potatoes.
This is why you don't feed the wolves, Nomad.
Yep.
He gets that Necro 3, and that is go time. They win the fight straight away.
Yeah, tier 1, tier 2, Roshan, whatever they want. Newbee have their options wide open. They're going to go tier 1 and Roche.
Yeah, definitely. I know without this DK having ult form up that there's that's a lot of the team fight coming out from Serenity.
Serenity might want to fight this though. Arrow comes in, hits on Roche, but they found Q. SCCC just constantly throwing out these Thunder God's Wrath to get vision onto this Nyx, and it is paying off every single time.
They have the Necro 3 available as well, so it's really difficult to play Nyx into this kind of like 5-man lineup when they have a Necro 3, because you can't get these pickoffs that you really want. It's not fun.
With discipline from Newbee just backing out here.
I feel like discipline's the key word for the whole Chinese region at the moment. They are very
Always
good at making sure they take the high percentage chance fights. Like, they make sure they have the advantage that they want for the fights.
Yeah, the most tactical region, for sure. I think that's probably why we've always ended up with typically long games in China. Because, you know, they're very considered, they're very well calculated.
The thing, if you have
don't just run at each other like CIS.
If you have a 90% chance to win a fight, or you could take the fight in 3 minutes and have a 92% chance of winning, take the odds. You know, just wait the 2 minutes, it's fine.
Do the math. Absolutely. Well, Mugi smoked up. They're going to find XEJ here. Do they have the damage to track him down? As well, the Dragon Knight's actually the one held still. And there's the Metamorphosis used as well. Can they bring down ZYD? The stun is out, but the summons are chasing. And DK's just slowed down. Nowhere left to run. And Mugi will find the kill.
Mugi is owning on this Lycan.
Mugi's having a wonderful time.
They cannot deal with him. This DK looks like he's just butter against the Lycan. But they are making space for the TB. You know, that's something.
He's going, isn't he? He's going.
And they're going to walk back into the Roche. Again, DK dead. Yeah, Xinkyu's having such a rough time on this Nyx. He can't play the game the way he wants to.
Yep.
And it's really affecting Serenity's lineup.
And this is what you were saying earlier as well, right? Like they went for the Roshan. They just decided, hey, you know what? We're not going Roshan right now. We'll wait until next time. We've taken too long. Now they kill the DK, and that opportunity presents itself, which is nice heads-up plays here. Meanwhile, Xingqiu getting brought down in the mid lane, and down goes Roshan. PYW wanted to make something of this, but now could be in a bad position as Mugi starts to chase with this little Satyr Vanisher. Alright, XCJ.
XCJ's trying to hide because he knows he can't run away.
Yeah, it's the only thing he really could do, I think.
This Lycan doesn't have ult, but I think with the Aegis, you know, Necro 3's up in 10 seconds. They can kind of just take the fight anyway. Oh boy, this tower is not going to be standing for long.
Certainly is not.
And I think a lot of the time you would see less experienced teams really try and force fights here, but it wouldn't surprise me to see Newbee try and just build their advantage here with the Aegis. Kind of like play around this Lycan ult, just shut Serenity out the map, out-farm them.
Although Mugi's waiting on the high ground, he set a trap here. Xingqiu is going to be the target. Can they bring him down in time? Chasing, there's the Ice Path, but the Fiend Script from the high ground onto the low ground onto Mirana. Then they get Mugi in and doing the damage. Will be able to find that kill onto PYW.
Yeah, nice pick off. Good Fiend Script as well. They're using the Lycan ult really well this game.
Absolutely. And pretty impressive actually that the Bane didn't get caught inside that Earth Spitter. I could have sworn he was just about inside it, but I guess not. And did get the full duration off.
It's looking good if you're a Newbee fan.
It certainly is. It certainly is.
They are taking control of this map at the moment.
Yep. Putting the pressure on, but you've always got this ticking time bomb of the Terrorblade, and they haven't been hunting him really.
Yeah, absolutely. They've kind of just left him to his own devices, but I think Newbee know that they have you know, they don't really have to worry about the Terrorblade if they can hit their timing. But with this BKB coming out on the Terrorblade, that's the big go time for Serenity to try and really face this Lycan head on. You know, they have to deal with him at some point, and they haven't done a good job of it so far.
But I kind of like it, you know, a lot of teams, they get too carried away or too obsessed over focusing on you know, like a Terrorblade or an Alchemist or something like that. And they'll commit their whole games just to shutting them down and not get any objectives. And also, if you take down this Terrorblade once or twice, it's not going to change the game. He's still going to just go and farm. He's not going to come to fights anyway. It's not going to take him out of a fight. So
they might have, I'm not sure if they clicked on the Terrorblade there, but they might have just scouted out his BKB with the Thunder God's Wrath, which would be really nice for Serenity.
That'd be massive.
For Newbee, sorry.
Also, can we talk about SCCC's build a little bit?
Yes. It's interesting.
Soaring Veil of Discord, Aether Lens. Boots of Travel.
I don't mind the Aether Lens and the Veil, but the Boots of Travel is a little bit interesting. The thing is, when you have really good like kill setup though with the Tiny and such, like if you can just TP in, get the follow-up damage.
Oh, here we go, jumping onto the Tiny though. Do they have the damage to bring him down? He's dropping like a stone. There he goes. And they've got the +1 as well. I think tell the Titan is just dropping so quickly. Lycan though, yeah, Mugi ripping through the backlines. He does take down XCJ now. Mugi chasing Zinq. Can't find the kill no, but it's GG's show as he gets yet another one. And Newbee take a horrible, horrible fight.
Yeah, Serenity finally get the jump. What? Did he just die? Oh, he died to the Spirit.
Yeah.
That's feels bad.
This poor Nyx is not finding a break this game.
He did a good job that fight though. I don't know if you saw, but in the middle when the Lycan was trying to chase him, the melee creep died on the Necro 3, so he didn't have vision to chase out the 1 HP Nyx anymore, which was unfortunate for Mugi. But I thought he was going to escape by the skin of his teeth. Apparently not. Just,
shame. Shame.
Dies to the random Spirit.
Yeah, well, this guy never gets out. Poor Zinq. Leave Nyx alone.
They didn't use the Aegis in that fight as well on Newbee, so it was a really good fight for Serenity. They kind of just ignored the Lycan, kited him around a little bit.
I love the way every time SCCC feels like there's anything wrong at all, he'll just throw down an ulti just to see if the Nyx is nearby. He knows how vulnerable he is to him. And I think that's another good point for the Boots of Travel. He can be really mobile around this map, and he can be unexpected, which makes it a bit of a pain for Nyx to stalk him, which is what he want to be doing. Mugi coming in the back here. He's got an ultimate and an Aegis. I think they've realized now that the GGG is at the stage where they have to blow him up before they fight. Say that ZYD in the mid lane just gets annihilated by Mugi and his summons.
Yeah, he really needs his BKB on this DK. He's still about 800 gold away, and I think this is, yeah, Newbee are just going to force this.
Absolutely. And GGG on the high ground. What can they do? Serenity. Your base is falling, Serenity. Oh, bottom lane. They jump forwards here. They catch the Bane out with that Ice Power from XCJ.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Mugi continues the siege, but will now back off. His Aegis just ran out, actually.
Oh, they managed to catch Jakira in the backline.
Yeah. In flame with the double damage. Heads up.
They see the Nyx.
They're coming back in here. Poor Zinq. Not again. Pops the Spike Carapace, but look at the damage. The Tiny with the double damage. Oh no. Bye, Zinq.
Disaster.
But disaster indeed. But, you know, GGG didn't die.
But this is what I mean about Newbee trying to choke them out. Like, as soon as Serenity leave the base, Newbee are just on them straight away. Like, if you look at the vision that Faith's put down, there's this ward in the top lane, the one in between the mid and the bot lane just outside the base as well. They want to know if Serenity leave the base so they have this kill potential. That's an interesting blink pickup on the Terrorblade, though.
Yeah, I like it a lot. It just allows you to get past the Lycan, the front lines, and the Tiny, and get to the Zeus.
Yes.
And get to the Bane, because if those two are alive in the fight, then it's going to be a really rough time.
Like, we talked about their lack of gap close for this Zeus and the draft, which is, you know, one of the reasons they picked the DK. And, yeah, blinks, like, you kind of just pop the BKB, blink in, use the meta, and just try and output all your damage onto this Zeus if you can, because otherwise, you know, this SCCC Zeus is getting a lot of damage out in these fights.
Yeah, and you can't let the Bane live either, because he's got that Fiend script, so he doesn't even care if you use BKB.
I think Faith's going to go for a Glimmer Cape here on the Bane, so they need to be ready on Serenity's side to be able to try and counteract that with some detection. Yeah,
because if you jump in with that Terrorblade, jump on the Bane, and then he just Glimmer Capes away, that's going to be a horrible fight.
Even if it allows him to get like a really long duration Fiend script off onto the Terrorblade.
Oh, blink forward, here we go. They're onto with Axie here, and we'll be able to drop him pretty quickly there.
Oh no, Zinq!
It's just the summons. It's just the summons, Zinq. Spare a thought for our boy. He's not having a nice time. Now blink forward, going on to Bane here. Faith not standing a chance. He's going to get dropped down. Now into the middle lane we go. Tier 2 under threat.
Have you seen this ward, by the way, that Serenity just put down? It's an interesting one.
It's a niche ward.
I assume that's a misplacement.
You just eat that tree and then it's a great ward.
Yeah, true. But then you reveal that there's a ward there because there's a random tree cut down. Yeah, I assume... I think XCJ dropped it in the middle of that fight to be able to get good vision to try and find the Zeus and the Bane, but didn't quite place it high enough, unfortunately. I think the next Roche is going to be a big telltale for this game.
Yes, absolutely.
If
PYW could be in trouble here as Tiny is coming in. Does have a leap, and there's the Avatos and the Zeus ulti as well, just to finish the job.
Yeah, it's going to get easy now for Newbee. They have this Nimbus flying out on the courier, so any kind of kill potential like that is going to get amped now. Lots of burst.
Lot of burst. And the Lightning Bolt mini stun comes out at pretty much the same time as the Agrimims, which is very tasty.
I'm surprised he hasn't taken cooldown reduction.
But that's it's definitely a game for stun, I would say, because you've got the Terrorblade who wants to Sunder, you've got the Mirana who wants to leap, you've even got a Nyx Assassin who wants to spike Carapace. I think, yeah, keep them locked down.
Newbie smoke up here. They were really hoping the Roche was up there, but ZZZ's doing a really good job of just keeping an illusion in the pit, making sure they know what's up.
Okay, is Zinq going to walk up the high ground and die? Place your bets.
I'm going to go with
let
yes.
It happen. Just let it happen.
It's not a fun game for Zinq, who's normally like the big playmaker for Serenity.
Yeah, he's had some really good games. I mean, he's not playing badly. It's just the matchups and the heroes and everything. You know, there's very little a Nyx Assassin can do in this game. I think Newbee have committed quite a lot of their draft to just making sure that Zinq can't do anything. So,
but this is what happens when you pick the Nyx so early in the draft. It feels like the Lich last game, where they've kind of just picked the Nyx and just... It kind of reveals a lot about how they want to play the game. And so Newbee just picked this 5-man lineup, and Nyx basically isn't a hero at that point. Not the way he wants to be anyway.
Well, they know Roche will be respawning soon. It will, in fact, be up in 30 seconds.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate for Newbee that the Roche hasn't spawned while the Nyx was dead. But,
it was a pretty short cooldown, but yeah, not the shortest it could be.
Ooh, they're going again.
Smoke is out. They're using the Nimbus as well, and even the ultimate to try and catch down XCJ here will be successful.
Arrow.
Nicely dodged. Lion Flame.
This
is up in 1 second.
This Zinq Nyx is... He really wants it, huh?
The Roche literally just respawned, but here we go, going straight in, and they've managed to puck out Faith really early here. Now Mugi in trouble as well, popping that BKB, popping the ultimate, but the damage from GGG is so much. Mugi is going to escape. Maybe thinking of coming back into this one, as there is a buyback from the Bane, wanting to catch out GGG perhaps. He has used that BKB, remember, and now they're going to go. They take him down, just insta-kill, and now into the middle of the fight, ZYD, Fiend script up in the middle, Mugi trying to get the damage up, will be able to do so. Down he goes as it's all coming up, Newbee. And maybe get PYW as well, or just go for the Roshan. Who cares about PYW? But there's a buyback from the Nyx Assassin.
Yeah, Terrorblade's brought back as well, and they have to be careful here. Even if he doesn't have meta up, they still have to respect the damage while they don't have the Lycan ult available.
But this is such a huge win condition now for Newbee.
As soon as that ET gets on top of the Terrorblade with the natural order, they kill him so quickly.
He just dropped. I couldn't believe it. Like, this guy's been farming all game. You know, he's a Terrorblade. Not the tankiest guy in town, but definitely don't tend to see him drop that quickly. But then again, you know, Tiny, Zeus, the burst is huge. And
to be fair, one thing we haven't talked about is this natural order. Like, it's really good against the Terrorblade because you take away all his armor, and it's really good for Zeus as well.
Peanuts as Zinq might get stunned up. Well, Zinq doing what Zinq does best this game. PYW in trouble, backing out, and there's the ulti from Mugi. Wants to give chase. I don't know what he's chasing. Back into the Roshan pit.
Yeah, you can be a bit more free with the Lycan ult now. He's got the cooldown reduction. He's got the hit the level 3 ult. So,
illusions into the pit. XCJ thinking maybe he can just get the last hit on Roshan or something with the Macropire maybe, or kill some summons. Nope, goes to Newbee, and the Aegis is now in Mugi's hands. And they brought back on their Terrorblade to defend that Roshan, and then they failed to defend Roshan. Like, this is so costly.
Does look rough for Serenity, but again, you know, with the TB, anything can happen. They managed to pick off the Bane at the start of the last fight, which was really nice, but Faith brought back, and that grip onto the DK was massive.
We can see what happens if you don't shut down the Terrorblade, though. You know, if you don't get on top of him in a fight, then we know he is going to run away with it. So,
I think they always have an answer to the TB this game, though, with the natural order from the Elder Titan. So, at least they have a way of dealing with him. That's the most important thing for Newbee. But he still does a huge amount of damage.
Yeah, but then again, Mugi on this side. Oh, going in here, Faith with the Fiend's Grip on to... Well, no, he's just going to drop here. Meanwhile, Mugi fighting it off. Wants to bring down ZYD, and Tiny is there with the tree. So it's a trading Faith for ZYD. I think that is a trade which Newbee will take any day of the week. And now TPing in Zinky on the front lines.
What a stun!
Everybody, and now GGG comes into the backline, following up with the Macropire, and there's just too much damage as SDC drops. Down goes the Elder Titan, down goes the Aegis. Zinq, you've had a rough game, but that more than makes up for it as he gets everyone. And Serenity take a very convincing fight.
What a stun!
No, what a ravage.
Yeah,
what a ravage.
Didn't realise there was a tide in this game.
Good lord, Zinq, the mental fortitude of this man. Honestly, having such a rough game and then pulling off a stun like that.
And they take the Aegis as well. That's the big thing.
They take the they're going high ground.
There's no
buybacks. They can just get like 1 racks at least.
Oh, he missed the tree toss onto the Mirana. She leaped over the top of him, so the tree throw missed. Inflame's hunting though.
Inflame is really mad about this, you can tell. Maybe he just wants to give her the cheese.
They are very scared of the Newbie buybacks though. They have no idea that they don't have buybacks, so they've got to respect this. Especially when Terrorblade doesn't have his own buyback up. All it takes is one bad fight now, and they've just lost the game on Serenity.
Yeah, and they just want to play it slow. They don't mind slowing things down a little bit. That's okay with them. It's probably they probably could have got the mid racks there if they had somehow known that they didn't have buybacks. So there's no real way to tell, I guess. So they're just gonna play it easy, play it cool. I
really like this pickup by Zinq as well. He's got a gem, and at the moment it feels like Newbee have a complete vision advantage with the wards, with the Spirit, with the Nimbus coming out from the Zeus as well. So they need to try and take away as much as they can in these fights, because this Tiny is finding the right openings all the time.
He is, except on the Marauder.
Except on the Marauder, yeah. It's still the right opening.
Yeah,
you just execute it,
The follow through. All about the follow through.
But that mid fight's hurt so much for Newbee that trying to build this momentum around the Aegis.
Yeah, they were doing so well. They were so far ahead, and yikes. Zinq pulling out the stops. You're looking through some tips over there.
I am, yeah.
Okay, got any good ones?
Let me have a look.
Right, cool. Better than your tips, really.
Don't be afraid to experiment by playing an unfamiliar hero. That's how you lose, by the way.
Yeah. Maybe not in this game, but yeah. G's have been called, so we should be back underway shortly. Just sorting themselves out, getting comfortable, repositioning, having a drink, putting their feet up, relaxing.
Like we mentioned before, though, it's been a long day for China today. They've played all the WESG games earlier, and now they're playing all the ESL games as well. Now we've started a little bit later here today.
Yes, because of
later than it is tomorrow, at least.
Yes.
And so they might be feeling the pain a little bit here.
All right, I've got a question. So you've got 4 best-of-3s in one day.
Mm-hmm.
You're allowed to do whatever you want in between. So like in between the 2 games, the 2 middle games. What do you do? What do you and your team do? Do you hit the jacuzzis? Do you? You
go outside. You stretch your legs. You get some air.
Outside jacuzzi.
Yeah, true. That's the most important thing. Like, just get out the room.
Jacuzzi. Yeah.
Get out the room. Just reset your emotions. I'm not sure if Newbee played earlier or not in WESG. I assume they didn't, but I have no idea. But I know Serenity have, so it's really important that you don't. Like, I don't know if they won or lost their game, Serenity, but they need to just reset their emotions. It's a completely different series now. Stretch your legs. Go and get some air.
40% XP talent on to Faith over the Enfeeble Steel's damage. Funny that.
Yeah, every time.
Yeah.
Who's he clicking? It's not working.
But I think he could take down DK solo.
The Enfeeble's so good this game as well against the Terrorblade. Like, if you can get the right one.
Yeah.
So much of his physical damage just gets negated.
You can't Manta it off, can you?
No, Enfeeble you can't take off even with BKB.
Yeah.
It's really annoying when you play heroes like Troll, and you have like Manta BKB, and this skill is just so frustrating to play against.
What do you think about an Aghanims for Bane, which makes Enfeeble an AoE passive?
It might actually be viable as a core then. That would be amazing. And we see some off-lane Banes sometime, which is
off-lane Bane would sound really good.
It would be a lot more.
Do you like my idea?
No, because it sounds really strong, but there's some balancing issues needed there.
Oh, okay. Well, I liked it.
Does this Terrorblade have buyback up again yet? No, 2.5 minutes. I felt like with the pause time we'd been, I was counting down the buyback time in the pause.
But Scatty out for him. Oh, slept up. Could be dangerous, but he's got his team behind him. Arrow's going to sail. Not hitting anybody but Tiny. Jumping on the back lines, but now popping that BKB. Can find the last hit onto Zincu. Down goes the Gem as well, but Tiny in the middle of it all. Giving his life for this one. Even eats the cheese. They're taking a long time to bring him down, but there is no support coming in yet. Meanwhile, Mugi running through, trying to find himself a piece of Tasty Dragon. Although the damage onto Faith here. Oh, another stun out, landing onto everybody. But Mugi, there comes the Esper as well. They take down one, but the grip from the Bane, it's not enough to keep GG down, but he just dies. He stunned as a low HP target.
He sundered the DK.
Excuse me? Now ZYD. Well, goodbye, mate.
He has no buyback.
What?
That must have been a misclick on the Sunder, though. I think he meant to Sunder the Lycan and accidentally used it on the DK instead. Boy.
He's going to feel bad about that one.
That was so nice by Faith, though. They managed to waste some of that BKB duration on the Terrorblade with the grip, and it really hurt him. He kept himself alive with the Nightmare. This Alpha Wolf from the Lycan, by the way, is doing absolute work.
He's part of the pack now.
We don't care backdoor protection, they say.
Yeah. Buyback's coming through. The DK and the Mirana are back. That's going to force out Newbee. Still a while before Roshan is going to respawn. That Aegis did just go. So, yeah, Serenity nearly looked good for them until it didn't. But the sleep coming out from Elder Titan was absolutely fantastic.
The splitter did a huge amount of work as well.
Yeah,
he hit 4 heroes. That was bonkers. Turned the fight around completely.
Dropped. ZYD playing with fire.
Boy, what's this ET building? He's got the gem from the Nyx.
That is a Lotus Orb.
Yeah, the Lotus Orb's really nice this game. You can preemptively put it on for the Sunder.
The desperate pingings, they do get the D-ward eventually. Zeus TPing in onto the Lycan creep.
Yeah, that's probably one of the reasons they've picked up the boots of travel on the Zeus as well.
Oh yeah, and I think it's... I'm not sure, but I think it's good, because if you want to have that game-ending fight, and you have someone that can die, and someone who's going to be focused down like the Zeus, if he does get focused down, he can buy back and be back in the fight with those boots of travel.
It's also his job.
I think is actually really important.
Yeah, it's also his job to be clearing out waves as well. So if he can just TP into the middle of the fight after pushing a wave out, it's really nice for him.
Yeah. Well, smoke up from Serenity now, wanting to assert some dominance, but this is a double damage Tiny on the high grounds. He just walks down though, stunning him up and getting the damage off. They will be able to bring down this Tiny, I think. Yes, he will fall. Mugi running around to the backlines, looking for a target. Meanwhile, Faith trying to dance through the trees, but it's a lonely tango right now though. BYW doing well. Now with the ultimate onto GG. GG's going to pop the BKB, turn around, get the Sunder off onto the Lycan. Mugi in trouble. The right click is there. Serenity blink forward. Looking for more. They won't take down the Elder Titan. Roche not going to be up for a while yet. But still, a one fight for Serenity. Very important. This time the Sunder was on point. Lycan
actually doesn't have buyback again. This is a worry.
Fast and loose. That's how I like to play.
But again, Serenity don't know this. It's really important. Like, it's so easy for us to say, but
so smart.
They have to play really carefully.
If you just never have buyback, and they'll always think you have buyback, so smart.
It was a nice splitter by the ET to try and bring down the Terrorblade. They got like a 2 second, or like a half a second grip off actually, but
yeah, it was just enough to hold him still for the air splitter.
Yeah, Morales doing a really good job of just trying to hunt this Bane down in the backlines every fight.
Up the high ground they go. Nimbus is out.
I think they're going to realise very quickly that the Lycan doesn't have buyback because they're letting their tier 3 drop.
Yeah, they're still being cautious though. This might be a little bit too cautious for my liking.
Yeah, but the Tiny's coming back up again now, so they have to respect his damage. Again, the Roche is spawning, so if they take a bad fight on the high ground, the Roche respawns. Newbee get that on the Lycan. That's the refresher as well. Double Nimbus, double Thunder God's Wrath. They have to play around this Roche now instead of going for the high ground. It's the most important objective.
Yeah. Okay, so Zinq picking up himself some bounties for his team, being a guy, being a bro. What do you think of the level 25? I think Nyx has the most the most interesting 25s in the game. Maybe. I don't know.
The Vendetta's interesting.
Yeah.
It's cool. You can do different things. Like you can kind of play around the tree line to initiate and stuff.
Oh, stun. Meteor Hammer. Oh, it does get interrupted by the Nimbus though.
Really nice by SCCC there.
I was actually going to mention this when I saw him building it. I was going to say a Meteor Hammer just sounds horrible this game because of the Zeus with Nimbus. What do you think?
Yeah, it's difficult, but if he ever gets a Meteor Hammer off in a fight, like, it just does absolute work.
Why are 3 catapults in the top lane as well?
Good question.
Oh. Serenity coming forward. Who can they find here? They put down the sentry, and they do get the stun off onto the Bane. You can see who ZYD wants to kill, and his name is Faith. Meanwhile, Tiny thinking of doing something here, but does just back out as Faith drops.
Meteor Hammer? Oh, disappointing.
Interrupted again. Although ZZZ jumps on here, but does get the Sunder off, and the BKB turning around onto the Tiny. Olympic Wave will not survive. Now jumping forward, they get the stun off onto Mugi on the stance of his own base. Can they finish him off, though? The Ice Path is out. Doogie just held still, but the Earth Spinner comes through. PYW is going to fall. Mugi does go down, though. The hits find him, and again, 100 seconds, no buyback, and GGG is ruling this game.
Yeah, this is what we meant. Like, Newbee have missed their timing, it feels like. Serenity are really coming back into this game now with the TB. They're going to get this Roche here, and with the Refresher Shard, they are going to do big work here with the Terrorblade.
Absolutely. Well, they might not give it... Oh, yeah, they're good for the Metamorphosis.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I mean, they could give it to the DK as well for the Dragon form, but I think when you've got the Terrorblade, there's no reason not to give him the Refresher Shard.
Go on, Elder Titan. Make the big boy plays. Sundered ZYD. Oh, on the backlines, XCJ gets picked off. They're stunned up inside the Roche pit as SCCC tries to go in with the Ethereal Blade. And now the Lightning Hit gets him. GGG falls. Roshan just comes and stuns the Zeus, though. And they'll hold him down, but the Stomp does save the Zeus. He is going to survive. Terrorblade bind back into this fight. What can they do from the high ground? SCCC just doing the damage, and now the Fiend's Grip onto the Dragon Knight is interrupted. Can ZYD actually get out of this one? Looks like he's just about going to survive. ZYD actually, Zinq, the one who drops. Now XCJ trying to escape back to his side of the map as this Roshan is hotly contested. Both teams fighting to the nail for this Roshan, and it may well decide everything. 20 seconds still on your Lycan. GGG hanging around as the tension starts to diffuse.
Is this Nimbus just going to take the Roche?
No way.
I'm pretty sure it is.
What? No. Who's even going to get it? The Aegis is down. The Refresher Orb as well. The Dive is coming to take it, but GGG does get the Aegis as he pops a BKB running into this fight. What on earth is happening? Nimbus is... Nimbus and Astral Spirit. I guess that's just the way to do it.
Nerf, please. It's too good. I mean...
that
was crazy. I can't believe nobody picked up the Aegis before the Terrorblade.
Yeah, they picked up the Refresher Shard on the Tiny, and I think Bane got the Bane's got the cheese. There's Faith and Tiny just rushed the picks. They're like, oh god, what has happened?
Who has the Refresher? Oh, Tiny has the Refresher.
Tiny's got the Refresher.
Yeah, they give it to Zeus. I think the Refresher Shard's almost more important than the Aegis this game.
Absolutely right. Yeah. Well, maybe not like absolutely right, but slightly right. You have a good point.
The thing is, when you have the mini stun, and you can overlap the Nimbuses, it's scary.
The Venn diagram of death.
You might not ever get the Sunder off.
Yeah,
you don't have your BKB up.
It's really just the damage SCCC is producing on this build with the Ethereal Blade. It's crazy.
They smoke up as well, actually, on the Serenity side there. They want to use this Aegis, try and take a fight. But Newbee know what's up. They are being very patient now. And Lycan does have buyback in 10 gold now, you'll be very happy to know.
For the first time in the game, Lycan's going to have buyback. How far we've come. And Zinq's not dying anymore, so...
It's a bit disappointing, really, isn't it?
Is the Earth even spinning?
Spot
spotted out here. Faith, get away, little Bane, get away.
Although
it's a bait, they're going in, and can they bring down ZinQ? It's not looking too good for him as BKB is Pop Fiend's grip as well, but ZGG coming in the backline's going to just take out a CCC, but he's going to buy back into this one, take down that Nimbus, and now go for the tower as well, but Faith is waiting around.
Hey.
There's a Tiny here as well, but Mugi, maybe they go into the backlines. Meanwhile, ZGG is going to find Faith in the trees. He finally drops, and now the Ice Path onto 2, and Marana, that's not where you want to be as she gets critted up and brought down now. Mugi going on to BYD. Mugi does have the BKB and the damage to bring down this DK. It's taken a little while, but they're just going to leave him to it.
This
Stun does come through, and now the Meteor Hammer as well. It's actually going to land onto all of them. Hello. And now with the Spike Carapace as well. He's getting a lot of damage off, but finally ZinQ will fall.
Terrorblade's in trouble.
You know,
he's Sunder's a Lotus Orb.
the Lotus Orb Sunder, no way! The Elder Titan.
And
YXE.
They know he has no buyback for 5 minutes.
Wow. Okay. Newbee, turn it back around again. What an absolute stonker of a game we've got.
That was such a good fight by Newbee. Unfortunately, the Zeus hit the Carapace at the start of that fight, which allowed the Terrorblade to blink on top of him and kill him. But as soon as that Zeus came back in the fight and the BKB wasn't up, they melted.
Buyback boots of travel, baby. It's actually got the boots of travel level 2. This is a weird Zeus build.
It works really well this game, though. I think he probably bought the
He's
boots
got
of
the
travel level
summons.
2.
He doesn't need the... Okay.
I think he bought level 2 just before that fight started, so he could get instantly back in.
Right.
Not sure.
Well,
Just
goodbye, Serenity. They're going for the win here. They're not messing around. And now coming forwards as well. They've managed to find PYW. PYW does pop that BKB and try and fend them off, but their tier 4s are just going. Where's your defense? What do you do? Serenity. And now the Fiend's Grip out onto the Dragon Knight as well. The arrow will connect, but ZYD is just running at them. He doesn't want to know what to do with himself. They got to stop this, but the Ancient is under siege, and now comes in the Tiny. They've got the damage with the buyback from the DK, and they're trying to take something here as Mugi popping that BKB, just going for the win. ZYD, though, surrounded. There's nothing he can do. 3 seconds until the Nyx is back. Are they actually defending this as XCJ comes back into the fight? Nimbus dropped. What can you do? Nyx coming around the back lines. The Esper does land onto the Dragon. Can they bring down the Jakira? Meanwhile, ZYD, but the Ancient is falling. The Ancient is falling. It is gonna drop. And Newbee will take the victory. They take the series. They take it all.
What an ending. What
an ending.
That was such a good
game. That is a game 3 we were waiting for. You know, game 1, bit convincing. Game 2, bit convincing. Teams just playing well. Game 3, they know each other. They know what they're doing now. And they just, 2 bulls, clashing horns. So evenly matched in that third game as well. And to come down to just kind of like trying to bring down the base before the Terrorblade respawns.
I don't know if you noticed it, the way in that last fight, the Tiny brought back in DK brought back in the toss animation, so he came back into the middle of the fight straight away, which is a little bit weird. Obviously, it's a bug; it needs fixing. I'm pretty sure, but I thought that might keep them in the game. The fact that he was instantly back in the fight again.
Yeah, I thought it could have helped them out, but maybe he meant to do it. Probably.
Probably. He just knew he was going to get triple tossed. That was all. What a player! That was such a good game, though. What a way to end the series.
What a way to end the series. Yeah, Newbee taking it all in the end in a very dramatic fashion, and like just like the fights and ZinQ as well. You know, he had such a rough game, and then he pulls out the 4-man the stun, Pale. Absolutely crazy. Like, so some really nice players coming through, and you know the stomp as well. Then from Wakesy as well to get the 4 heroes or 5 heroes inside a stun. Then Earth Splitter them in the jungle. So many big players coming out from every member of the team. A really nice game to watch.
I'm very glad that Newbee went for the win though, because that's something we see sometimes teams. You know, they play safe, they go for the racks there, but they knew the Terrorblade didn't have buyback. They wanted that win, and they went hard for it. And
yeah, they saw their opening.
Great performance by SCCC as well. I think the lack of gap close onto this Zeus really hurt.
Yeah, really interesting Zeus build. I just want to go back to this quickly. Blink Dagger, Ethereal Blade, Boots of Travel level 2, Aghanims, and Aether Lens. It's pretty wacky, especially the order he built it. You know, going for the Aether and then straight into the Boots of Travel. Like pretty crazy, but it worked.
The thing is, he needs the Ghost Scepter this game against the DK and the Terrorblade. So I think the fact he built the E-Blade probably came from the fact that he already had a scepter, and he was like, oh yeah, this would be a pretty good item actually. So
yeah, I agree. It did work out well. A very good build. Alright then, we are going to be taking a short break, then we'll be back with some more China Dota qualifiers for Hamburg 2018 to find out who's going to make it through representing the Chinese region in this tournament. We'll be back very shortly. Don't move.